For those of you guys who this is your first time, welcome with Zoom. Zoom is a great platform. It's super fun and easy to use, and you can use it from your phone. And of course, there's a train going by right now, so I hope you can still hear me. And it's just good practice. So tonight, if it's your first time using Zoom, I'm glad that you broke out and are trying it out. And yeah, I'm excited to dive in. So what we're going to cover tonight, your Instagram profile as a whole. I've been doing these trainings for a while, and I have a couple of regulars on here, like Annabelle and Carol. And so we're just going to be going through Instagram 101 and looking at your bios and your settings, how to post to your feed, how that's different than your story, which is on the top, and how to post to your story. And so just talking about content overall. We already did introduction, so that's awesome. So I'm just going to go right by here. Oh, I'll tell you guys, I have a lot of new people on here tonight, so I'll just tell you a little bit about me. Worked hard from a young age. My sister Jill is on here, and Katie on here as well as my aunt, and they know. I was a social butterfly in high school. I have a degree in organizational communications. I love kombucha. I do. It's my guilty pleasure. Eternal optimist. I'm always going to find a solution. I want to be positive in every situation and in every area of my life. I actually eliminate negative words from my vocabulary. So I really try to only speak positive, happy, helpful things. And then I'm a community influencer. I can't help it, but I love bringing community together. I love, oh, there's a problem. Okay, I will step up and take leadership if there's a need for that, and just really try to help more people find their place and help you guys influence your communities. That's really what I want to see, and I really want to see your success with social media. I sleep like a baby every single night because of you guys, because I see what you guys are doing on Instagram, and it makes me so happy, or on your Facebook, or Janice telling me about her Pinterest, or different people just telling me that they're trying on social media. That's what really warms my heart, and that's what I love to see. And so everybody says, well, how can you build a business? Your prices are so great, or you offer so much value and all of that stuff. I'm not worried about, of course, my husband wants me to worry about the money and all that stuff. I just want to see more businesses succeed and get this out to business owners who don't have large spending budgets for Yelp and AdWords and SEO. I would just want to help you do practical things that are really going to grow your business long term. And social media marketing is one of those things that, one, you can control, and two, it is going to make a huge difference in your community and in your bank account. So I think we're all ready to just dive in and get started. I'll talk about this a little bit. So this is just, again, an overview, but Facebook is your community. Those are your people. That's your network. So adding people, Facebook is a great place to start if you're just starting. Like, if you don't have the Instagram app, you should be downloading the Instagram app right now, because we're going to be working in it. So anybody who doesn't have the Instagram app, or if you're not logged into your Instagram account, work on getting logged in while I'm talking. Instagram is your reputation authentically. It's who you are as a person. It's the quirky side of you. It's the silly side of you that, you get to boss up and kind of even get to personify an alter ego if you wanted to, and just really be limitless with who you want to be and what you want to portray. LinkedIn is more like your refined reputation, right? It's like filtered, refined, professional, resume style. Then we have Twitter, which is where all the drama happens, as you know, Trump and all of that drama, which is great, but it's really not practical, in my opinion, for small business. So if you're going to put one platform on the back burner, I would maybe put your Twitter on the back burner for now, and we can talk about Twitter. And if you're an avid Twitter lover, I'm like, go for it. Totally rock your Twitter and leverage that. But if you have not gone on to Twitter yet, or not in that phase yet, then I would put it on the back burner for now and really focus on Facebook and Instagram. Pinterest is also a great one. Again, if you have your graphics and branding, we're going to talk about this. If you are creating original content, and if you can sell to more people than your local area. So like a real estate agent can only sell, to your town. But if you can help businesses outside your state or outside, then Pinterest would maybe be a great, and not saying that realtors shouldn't be on Pinterest, but it's really for more people who can have online businesses. So, and then website is your home base. You definitely still need a website, and it's great to have content on that website to be syndicated to all these other platforms. So that's just a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Instagram. Instagram desktop versus Instagram the phone app. And again, I'm running through this really kind of quickly so that we can actually spend time posting to our Instagram tonight and really talking about strategy. So I will slow down. You can still stop me at any time or chat with me, and that would be great. So Instagram.com is good for a lot of things, but it's not as good as the phone app. So you can't post online. You can't go to Instagram.com and post to your Facebook. You can only to your Instagram. You can only post from your phone. So really, you're going to really just be focusing on your phone. But Instagram desktop is nice, but you really can't do as much as you can from the app. What's your username? I wanted each one of you guys to put your username in the chat so we can all follow each other round robin. So Annabelle, Carol, show them how it's done. Janice, put your at username. So like mine would be at Omni Social Media. So it's what's right up here on your profile. Put it in the chat so we can all follow you. And then location, emojis, and fun. Okay, so in your bio, I have a combination. I sprinkled in a couple of emojis. I like putting in your location. I think that's an important thing to include in your bio. Maybe I'll change mine to say like Bay Area and beyond, just to show that I work with companies nationwide. But I think it's a really great way, again, to connect with people in your local community physically. And then a little snippet about what you do, running on kombucha and positivity. So what can you say that's different? I love helping people get fit. No. I want something that's quirky, funny, I can't fall asleep with my socks on, or something like kind of edgy, borderline crazy, the better, okay? So something fun nobody else has, throw the snake emoji in there or the whatever emoji that you want. And then include a website link. So I also want you to include a website link in your bio. So take 2 minutes right now, and you can update your bio. I'm going to grab this little distraction right here. This is Oakley. She's 8 months, and her father is out of town tonight. So that's great. The other thing is that I just want to say is as you're updating your bio, let's also do this one other thing. I want you to go into your Instagram, and you're going to click this little your face down in the bottom left corner. So you're going to click your face, and then up at the top, and it kind of depends on if you're on iPhone or Droid. So just follow with me. But the 3 lines at the top, I call this the hamburger, and they're right up here. So it's 3 lines. And when you click there, all the way down at the bottom, you're going to go to settings right here. So you click the 3 hamburgers, the 3 lines, which I call the hamburger. Then you're going to go to settings. And I'm just going to show you a couple of settings that I like to have set up for myself. And once these are set up, you don't have to worry about them again. One, your page should be a business profile. We can talk about the difference between a personal and a business page. For some of you guys who might have a personal and a business page, I really recommend, or if you're thinking about starting a second page for your business, I personally recommend just having one Instagram account. Especially if you are just getting started with Instagram, or you're not really super well versed in Instagram yet. If you think about trying to keep up an Instagram account and then adding a second one, it's a lot, adding followers and adding content and posts to the page. And so I really recommend just having one. If anybody has any questions about that, or you want to chat about that right now because you have a question, let's talk about it, because other people might too. So I have an intern and help manage. Ooh, nice, Courtney. Does anybody want to ask me their situation with their personal versus business? And then secondly, even if it is a personal account, I would think you would want it to be a business account. So go ahead and in the settings, switch to a business profile if you don't already have it a business profile already. Something else that I just like to look at is story controls. If you guys see story controls in your settings, so under privacy and security, about 5 down, it says story controls. And I just want you to make sure save to camera roll is turned on. Okay, that's going to save you in the future. You want save to camera roll turned on in your story controls. The other thing is right here, you'll find linked accounts. It's 4 underneath story controls. And then you want to link that to Facebook. And then you want to link that to your Facebook business page.
Tess, can I ask a question?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I actually did 2 Instagram accounts. I have a personal and a business. It is trying to do both of them, but it was mainly just to keep my kids' faces out of the spotlight. But I realized that they're probably blasted on it anyways, just because of their friends, etc., without really, you know, the filters that people can block with my children being in their other kids' pictures. So I'm just wondering, should I just switch over and just try to be a little bit more diligent, I guess, about which pictures I'm putting up?
Yes, and Vanessa, what's your Instagram account? Let me look at it and then I'll tell you.
So my public one is called Mom Life 510.
Okay.
There are a few of my kids, which was fine, but I try not to put them on there all the time.
Yeah. And then you have a second one that's what?
Private.
Girl, I would just consolidate them because 89 followers, how much does your other one have?
119.
Can you help me with the equation?
That's a hard one because both of them are pretty established profiles. But if you think about it, you would love to have, what, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 followers, right?
Yes.
So with that, thinking long term, I would maybe let go of your private one and just really put all your, you don't have to delete it, but maybe just put all your energy into your mom life. Okay. And then to grow that one and to apply what we're saying tonight, and then let go of your private account a little bit and try to just get more followers on your
that sounds good. Okay, thank you.
Anybody else have a question about their private versus public? Melanie or anybody? Okay. So I'm going to keep going. Feel free to unmute yourself at any time.
Sorry, Tess. I forgot to unmute.
No, you're fine.
I have 2 Instagrams, but they're each for the 2 different companies. I don't think it's something that I can merge together.
What's your 2 different, Mel's Place and what?
Mel's Place 1400, and then my personal assistant 4710. So they're very different.
How many followers does each have?
Mel's Place has 587, and my PA has less, 172.
Okay, so you can keep both of those.
Okay.
But don't try to start a third one that's like Melanie's personal page. That 3 is just going to be.
Oh God, no.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so now I want to kind of talk about Instagram Story. Instagram Story is the bubbles at the top, or the circles, I should say. So the feed is obviously what goes down the profile and stays on your profile. The stories at the top are just super fun little snippets throughout the day, and they only last 24 hours. Let's make sure my chat. Okay, Mom Life, I love it. Okay, and so there's small snippets throughout today. You can do filters. Boomerangs are my favorite. You can take from your website and screenshot from your website and then post it to your story. So to get to the story, if you're at like anywhere, you're gonna hit this little home button with the home right here, next to the magnifying glass. And then up at the top, right underneath the clock that says 5:53, right underneath that, there's a little camera. And you're gonna get to something like this. So it shows a camera. If it's a black screen with notifications, you're gonna enable sound, enable, I think, audio, enable, access to photos. I think there's 3 things that you have to enable and say yes, 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 until you get a camera. Okay? So this is super fun for lots of different reasons. And so I was like actually messing around. So one of my favorite things that you can do with this is this little box right here that's 2 to the left. So it's the first box next to the flash. And if you click on that box, you can actually take, it goes to your photos, your photo album. So if you have any pictures, so this is a picture I took earlier today. I didn't post it, but now I want to post it. So now I can just grab it and work on it from here. And what's nice with the stories is they're a little bit more relaxed. You can show a different side of yourself, a different side of your business, and you can literally post your morning coffee every single day. And you're like, but Tess, why would I want to do that? And it's all about that repetition, about people seeing you over and over and over and you getting stuck in people's minds. And so literally with social media, it's like, how many touches can you have? And what you'll see with these stories is it's really cool is you might start out and it's like, okay, 8 people saw my story. And then the next week it goes to 25. And then the next week it goes to 100. And if you're looking for people who you're not friends with already, you don't already know them, it's a great feature. So I have this little picture. Does everybody have a picture up to work on to post to their story? So then when I have a picture, what I'm gonna do is these little things at the top right here, you're gonna mess with it. So what does that mean? If you hit the little sticky note with the smiley face, I can add my location, Pleasanton, California, and I can move it around and put it anywhere. So let's say I'm like, and you'll get better. This is like, it's a muscle. It's like learning how to work out or learning how to save for your 401k or learning how to, it takes time to do these things. So I have the location right here. You can click on the location and different things happen. You can also just swipe to get different filters. Okay, so we talk about branding and consistency. And so one great thing would be like, okay, I'm always going to use the Paris filter or whatever to make all your stuff have like the same vibe. And you don't have to, maybe like 9 out of 10 have the Paris filter. So you can have it be whatever you want. Or maybe you're like, I'm going to always use Tokyo or whatever. And so you just kind of remember these things, and then it helps people remember you in their minds. They actually like think of your Cairo. I use Cairo a lot personally. It's almost like when people think of me, they think of me in the Cairo filter. And again, this is all subconscious. It's not, people are like, no, I don't, but you subconsciously put these little cues in for people. So part of your branding is always using the same filter if you wanted. One of my favorite things is this little pen that's second next to the AA. So I'm just going to click that pen, and on the side, I can make the pen thicker or thinner. And you guys are like, okay, Tess, but what's the point? And basically, let me just show you real quick. I just gave her like a little crown. So what I want you to do is pick a picture, go through each thing, and do something on your story, and then I'm going to talk about why this is important. And I'm going to take a 2-minute, let you do that for 2 minutes or less.
Beth, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm so new to Instagram. How do you do a filter? I don't know where that is.
No worries. So let's say I'm back to like my camera feature. Did you get to this feature?
Yes, and I pulled up a picture. I need to put you on a bigger screen here. Okay.
Okay, and then you pulled up a picture?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a picture too.
Okay.
So, see at the top this smiley face with like the 2 stars on his forehead?
Okay.
So click there, and then across the bottom,
Oh.
there's a filter. Not all of them are gonna work for a picture. Some of them do, a lot of them don't. So it's gonna be more effective if you go back to this, Jen, where you have the camera.
Okay.
Take a selfie.
Yuck.
And you see when you have a selfie, this little smiley face with the stars?
Okay.
That's how I'm gonna actually apply the dog ears. See?
Okay. Okay.
So I want everybody to take a picture of themselves with dog ears. You wanted to learn how to do Instagram.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. The 2 A's next to each other in the top corner, you could be like, rough. I like actually am writing on this thing.
Oh.
Okay. And then something a lot of people don't know is you have all these colors, which is great. If you swipe, you get even more colors. Okay, see me swiping? And then look at infinity colors. If you hold down, you can actually do any color you want.
Wow.
Okay. And then the last thing I'll show you is, let's say I want the font to like actually match the color in my shirt because I'm just like that good. See this little dropper right here? You can actually click that dropper. So you click the dropper. Sorry, doing this from the back. And then I can actually go anywhere on the picture and it'll make the words that color. So if I'm like, okay, I want them the same exact color as what's on my shirt. So anyway, this is like a bunch of fancy stuff though. So I want everybody to post to their story so I can show you 1, strategy, and 2, how to see who looks at your post. So take a few minutes. So lost. Okay, so Janet, talk to me. Where are you at? Because if you're lost, other people are lost too. So.
Well, I'm still on the photo that we got from our
phone.
And then it's asking you, you know what? I don't know.
No, you're good.
You asked to do the photo on their phone, and then you jumped to dog ears, and then you totally lost me, and I couldn't keep up. I'm so sorry.
Nope, no worries at all. So you want this photo to go to your Instagram story, the photo from your phone.
Yes.
So I'm just showing you some different options, and really the more you mess around with it, the stronger you're gonna get in it. But one thing that's good is like if you want to post a picture, you can totally just go add story. So just pick a picture from your phone, like your baby or maybe what's your picture of, Janet, that you post?
My 2 dogs.
Perfect. Do you mind posting that on the internet?
Don't know how.
Okay. So let's just do it, and you can always delete it later. So you're just gonna go your story, and you're just gonna click your story. Okay. So what that does is it actually creates a ring around the outside of my profile picture. So I can actually see I have a ring on the outside of my profile picture up here. So does Annabelle, so does Carol, and then these are my other friends that also have rings around the outside. If there's a ring around the outside, that means there's new content. So I just click there, and then now I have, oh, that was Jill's. That freaked me out for a second. Now I have this picture that I posted. So did you get your 2 doggies up?
I have no idea.
Okay, so let me see. So I'm gonna go look for Janet.
Where do I see my own?
Do you have?
I don't have.
Do you have
this
a purple?
Is why I don't use Instagram, because I don't understand it at all.
It's all right. It's all good. You're here now. So I'm gonna look, Janet. Maxwell 26, and you have a ring around the outside. So that means you have content that I haven't seen yet. Yay! I can't wait to see what she posted. Look at there, it's her 2 doggies. And I love that you have the location. So you
Wrong date, but right location.
That's okay. That's okay, because you're making progress. So what this does is other people in San Jose might see your post and start following you because they like your dogs and they like your vibe. My challenge to you is, for all of you guys on the call, pick something that you're known for, right? So it doesn't have to do with your business. So it's like I mentioned earlier, every cup of coffee. And so every morning you take a picture of your cup of coffee and you post it, or maybe walking your dog, or maybe it's what's something you do every single day, writing a thank you note. If that's something that you do every day, you could post about that, and it impresses people. This is the thing that you have to think about, is like old school and new school. So this is obviously a new school platform and a new school thing that you're trying to tackle. You really have to think, what's old school that you do that it's cool and that you can own? And you're like, but why would people want to know about that? It's not that people want to know, it's that it's like the Truman Show. That's one of my all-time favorite movies. If anybody's seen the Truman Show with Jim Carrey, right? And it's like people are just like watching his life, and it's like he doesn't, it's nothing extraordinary, but he doesn't know people are watching him, but people just want to watch his life. And so people love, ooh, what mug did she use this morning for her morning coffee? Or, she's walking her dog in her tennis shoes. She's walking her dog in her loafers. She's walking her dog in her stilettos. And so it's just cool, like, to see, same dog, different shoes, or something like that. And so repetitiveness causes someone to come up to you at a networking event or message you and say, like, I love your shoes, or cute dog. Or they come up to you and go, I love how you post your cup of coffee every morning. That's so inspiring. And you're like, really? Everybody has coffee every morning. But nobody's you. And people love bulgaring, right? People love, like, ooh, knowing things about you and then mentioning that. And so as you're building a brand, as you're building your business, what's something that you can do that you're kind of known for that you can talk about? Does anybody want to express, or does anybody want to chat with this concept with me a little bit more, like something that you're thinking of?
Tess, I'm wondering, as far as when we do Instagram stories, should we be hashtagging a bunch of stuff on the stories? And if so, which hashtags, and when to use them and when not to?
No, you really only need like one hashtag.
Okay.
I think geotagging would actually be better than a hashtag. But it's really something that you want to be more subtle about. So with social media in general, and with Instagram specifically, it's like this cooler vibe, right? So you're not trying to say, like, look at me, I want business, da, da, da. You're trying to be like, I'm sexy and I'm cool, and if you want to do business with me, get in line. Like, you need to have that type of attitude when it comes to Instagram. It's not the attitude of, like, where Facebook is, where it's like, let's all help each other. And I mean, it is, but it's not like, here's my business and here's the link and click here and let's connect and let's talk. It's more like, this is who I am, and people will invest in you and invest in your business because they like your vibe. So being more subtle with the sales and with the technique is better.
Hey, Tess, where do you put this little one hashtag in your story?
You can put it anywhere. So you can make it bigger or smaller.
So you just put it on the picture?
Yeah.
It's just text on the picture. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to add your thing to my story, Janice.
Did I actually tag you?
Yes.
Sweet.
So Janice actually tagged me, and so I'm adding it to my story. So who are businesses that you can tag? Who are your power partners? Or maybe you're at the SAP Center. You want to or maybe you're at, Oracle or the Kellogg Center or wherever you're at, you want to try to tag other people, because then they can basically share your stuff, your story. So
Hey Tess,
yeah.
can you tell us how to tag other people? And there's a hashtag sticker, and then there's also hashtag, you can just write the hashtag in the text. Can you tell us the difference? Is there a difference in like how they're clickable?
There's no difference. It's just your style.
Okay.
So if one of them, like if you like that like Instagram style, you can do that, like white, the colors, or the purple. But if you want it to, there's no difference whether you use the tag or whether you actually type hashtag Jill Rocks.
So can you show us how to tag people?
Yes. So if you're trying to tag someone, so you guys can see I'm trying to add who's ever promoting me onto my story. So to tag someone, you simply just click the AA. There's 2 ways to do it, which I know makes it hard. So one, you can click that AA at the top right, and then you can just do at Omni Social Media, and different profiles will come across the bottom, and you just choose the one you want. Pinch it to make it smaller. You can make it bigger. You can tap on it. You can make it a different color. You can move it all around. The second way is that little, let me take a picture real quick. The second way is the little sticky note with the smiley face, and the sticky note's like being peeled up. So sticky note with the smiley face, it's like in the middle of all these buttons. And then you can mention if you do at mention. Same thing, no difference if you type it out or if you hit their little mention thing. And then you can do, you know, Jill, and you start typing it, and different people come across the bottom, and you can click the one you want, and it'll finish filling it in. And then I can move it. Doing it backwards is hard. Make it smaller. Make it different colors by just clicking. Fun, right? Okay, so I know you guys are like, what's the point? So I'll get to the point of why we're doing all this in just a second. So one of the things that we did was in the beginning, when I worked on your settings and you turned on that save to phone, everything that you post automatically gets saved to the photos on your phone. And so what this does, it's a really strategic way to create more content. Has anybody ever been like, I don't feel like posting today, or I don't know what to post? And so what happens is, basically, if you think of, okay, 5 times throughout your day, so I wake up in the morning, my alarm goes off, I look at the ceiling, think about taking a picture. You're getting your coffee, take a picture. You're doing your morning routine or your exercise, take a picture. So if you imagine taking 5 or 6 pictures throughout the day, then what happens, you can post them to your story or not, but what happens is they're in your camera roll on your phone. So then what you can do from there is upload them to your feed. And when you have like the picture of your 2 doggies, you know, and it has that San Jose location, or it has different things on it, Janet, you can put that on your feed, and you can be like, this is, you know, the loves of my life, and you can say their names, and people are like, oh my gosh, I have that type of dog, or oh, your dogs are so cute, I'm a huge dog lover, or you're in San Jose, where do you take your dogs to get groomed? So it creates conversation, and these conversations are like, I take my dog to this place to get groomed. Where do you take it? I take it to this place. Okay. And you chatter back and forth, which leads to, we should have coffee. We should go to Polka Dot together. We should, you know, something I'll ask if like, I'm not sure what to say to another business owner. I'll say, do you have any events or any specials coming up in your business? And they're like, you know, either they'll say no, or they'll say, yeah, I actually have an event coming up next month. And I'm like, oh, cool. Like send me the information. And so it turns it into a referral, you know, even if you're not local, it can turn into other things. So these conversations turn into other things, and you can reuse when you want to. I love it. I was actually going through mine, I have like some from like a year ago that still apply. And it's like on a rainy day or when I'm sick and I don't feel like taking a picture and posting it, I can go back and I can use some of my old content and just repurpose it and put a filter on it or add to it. And so it's a really fun way to help people remember you and who you are in your business. Are you guys getting excited? Do you guys see how this can translate to an ROI? Do you guys see why this would be important for you? Or are you guys still missing that connection? It's okay to say that you're missing the connection because I know it's a hard concept to grasp.
I think what I like is that what I like about the story now that I'm learning more about it is because it is a business page for me, that I can put my personal stuff into the story and not feel like I'm like taking away from my business page. And that's what I like.
That's a really good point.
And thank you to our conversation yesterday.
People buy from people they know, like, and trust. So if you're like,
right.
I do business and you are only posting about your business, people are like, eh. But if you're like, right. I do business and I have a dog, people are like, ooh, really? Tell me more. So it's just a way for you to show the different aspects of, you know, your oils, going to the park, your love for nature, your love for hiking. All of those passions need to be let out with this. Jill, were you going to say something? Oh, you look like
it was me. It was Mel.
Okay, go Mel.
So I guess it's, again, old school. So let's say your handle's Mel's Place, like mine is, and you're posting about your dog. How is anyone going to make the translation or click or give a hoot what Mel's Place is if there's a picture of a dog? Are they really going to go, what's Mel's Place? Click. Oh, I wonder if I'll get to her website now. Click. I mean, is that...
You got to let that go.
Possible?
You got to let that go. So you have to think about it as, this is fun, and this is what the youngins are doing now, and this I
wasn't old until I started talking to you.
And it's kind of like the law of attraction, right? So it's like you say like, okay, universe, I'm going to let this go, and I'm going to do what this test girl is telling me to do, and I'm just going to let it go, and I'm not going to expect any business from it or any clicks to my website or anything from it. Guess what you're going to get? Clicks to your website, people being like, oh my gosh, Mel, I love your profile. Like, please come make me this little picture frame I saw or whatever. And so one, you have to let it go and let the law of attraction do its work. Two, you have to have fun with it. The more sillier, the better, and the more business it will bring you. Again, it's the law of attraction. You have to let it go and let people subconsciously put the pieces in place to buy from you.
Okay, and then
billions of people out there, right? You only need sales from what? 100, 10, 1, right? You don't need thousands of sales. You just need one sale, right?
And yes, and is the strategy for a story different than just doing an Instagram post? Different strategies?
Yeah, because a story, I want to see like 5 to 10 pictures from your day. Like my goal is to always have at least 3 things on my story.
So you're adding to them as the day goes. You don't wait till you have all 5, then post all 5.
No, you stack them. And then one drops off and you stack another one on. So you always are stacking.
Got it.
Okay. So by the end of this call, I want everybody to have at least 2 because I want you to know, okay, I got one up. How do I do another one? You go back, you click that camera, and you stack them, and you do 2. And so just so you guys know, the story's at the top. Okay, so I'm clicking on the stories up at the top. So everybody go to the top of your thing. If you're like, ooh, cute baby, pause. If you hold down, it pauses the story. If you let go, it keeps it going. If you see the white lines at the top of the thing, that's how many stories are up there. So if you've ever seen like 50, you're like, this is too many. I don't even like this person anyway. You can swipe and go to the next story. Oops, I swiped the wrong way because I'm in reverse. So if I'm like, this girl annoys me anyway, I don't want to see the next 4 things that she has posted, I'm just going to swipe and go to the next profile. Oh my gosh, I keep doing it wrong for you guys. Okay, so here's Carol. So I can see, so I'm like, ooh, where is she? And I'm like, oh, wow, she's somewhere where it's beautiful and green. It tells me she posted it 20 minutes ago. I can pause it. I can go back and be like, wait, what was that? So I can go backwards or I can go forward depending on. So you can go forward as quickly as you want, or you can go back, or you can pause. And this shows you how many you have left in their sequence. Okay, so just a couple of fun things.
Hey, Tess, how do you get rid of the date? Because when I pulled up a picture from earlier last week, it pulls up the date that I took the picture.
Just grab the date and drag it towards the trash can.
Oh, okay. I will
Love
practice that right now.
Let me see if anybody else. Okay, I'm waiting for more people to tag me so I can repost it to my story. Yeah, Jill?
Oh, I don't know who it was. I didn't realize I was on video, but I got really excited when somebody said this. She said that your story can be more casual. It's your everyday life. Your Instagram posts can be more structured and business-like. And that is the whole point. And I love that stories, they only last for 24 hours. So it is totally non-committal. Like just post and don't think about it because it's going to be gone in 24 hours. And that's what I love about it. Like people, like my mom can't find it a week later and don't embarrass me about it because it's gone in 24 hours. So just keep that in mind. Like don't overthink it. And the more content you have, the more interaction you're going to get with people. And people can comment on your story and it's less commitment for them because they are not commenting for the world to see. They are only commenting for you to see. And so they're more likely to respond and interact with you because they are not posting a comment for the whole world, if that makes sense. So I kind of like that you can get a little bit more exclusive interaction with people and it's totally non-committal.
So true. Like, just to show you guys like a petty example, but there's this girl and there's been some riff. And so I actually thought that she was like mad at me, but she like keep responding to my story. And she's like, cute picture. I love that outfit. Da-da-da. So I'm like, oh, I guess she's not mad at me. Like, so it's interesting to see who actually responds and who actually participates and says something. So it could be useful for a lot of things like avoiding drama. So Kathleen said, I do that all the time. If I love someone's story, it makes me want to know more about them. So I keep clicking through and keep checking. And honestly, I get excited when I see the ring around people's profiles because I'm like, ooh, there's new content that I get to look at and see. So it's just really fun. So the last thing I'm going to show you before we go to the next part of this is when you go to your story, so go to your own story, not somebody else's, and you can push pause on it just for a second. But in this bottom corner, it says seen by, and then there's a number. So down here, you can actually see the actual profiles who viewed your story. Does anybody get frustrated on Facebook business page when they're like, 21 people saw your post, but it doesn't tell you who it is? This
Right.
will actually show the exact profiles who saw your stuff. So you want to make sure to click on that down below and you can see, and it actually says, okay, so it went on the Pleasanton story and 9 people in Pleasanton that aren't following me saw that picture. So this is really nice because I can kind of watch it and it's like, I know the people who are watching me. So that when I see them in public, I'm like, did you want to come to my Instagram class or did you want to grab coffee or whatever? Because I know that they see my stuff. So it's really nice intel because it tells you exactly who sees your stuff. The second thing that I wanted to say is it automatically saves to your phone. So then what you can do is you can just hit this plus button right in the middle and then put it to your feed. So like I had this popular post this post. Okay, so one thing I want to show, like let's say you're showing to your feed and you're like, oh, but her head is cut off. This little arrow button, I wish I could tell the world about this little arrow button. So it's 2 arrows right there. She's learning to scream. You want to click that because it really makes a difference and you can post a rectangle instead of a square. And so many times I see people and I'm like, oh, if they only knew about that button, their post would look so much better. So check out this button. So, good morning, social media. So I already posted this to my feed along with to my story along with like 3 or 4 other things. And then I just pick one out of the 3 to 5 that I post throughout the day, pick one and put it on your feed if you want to. And then so you can just do next. You can mess with the filters here if you want. I don't. Ain't nobody got time for that, in my opinion. I just leave it on normal. You can do whatever you want. There's so many options. Simplify it, post it, and be done with it. Then hit next. You can write your caption. This is where you can tag people, put your location, and then add it to Facebook. Yeah, I know, you can talk. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. So, posting to your feed gets really fun. The dog and the baby. So you could post reviews and testimonials. You could post fun facts about yourself. Did you know that there are, 485 acorns on an oak tree or whatever? Like anything random that you can find to talk about. If it's something that kind of pleases you or is interesting to you, maybe you say, are you watching The Amazing Mrs. Maisel on Netflix? Yes or no? Or what do you like better, The Amazing Mrs. Maisel or Atypical? And then people can vote. And then, people who vote Amazing Mrs. Maisel, you're like, oh, I want to be friends with them because we're into the same thing. And then again, you can start conversation with people. And it's just a great way to take the focus off of your business because people don't want to talk about your business. People want to talk about your dog and Amazing Mrs. Maisel and the community and the networking you're doing and the nonprofits that you're a part of and everything else first before they talk.
Tess, I added a second picture in my story, but I did it with a poll. Should you not do a poll in a story? Should that only be in your feed or either way?
I love it. I can't wait to see it. So let me see. Mel's Place.
So it'll make you laugh.
I think this sign was made for me. Has anyone else driven away with gas nozzle in their tank? I've never done it, but I get really nervous that I'm going to do it. So then it tells you the statistics. And what's really fun with this, Mel, is in 23 hours or so, you can actually post 80% said yes, 20% said no. Like you can actually post the results.
Okay. Okay.
So watch for that because they'll give you that option. But yes, you're just creating conversation and people. I would not be surprised if somebody came up to you next week or whenever and was like, oh my gosh, I always drive away with the nozzle in the thing or whatever. And people will talk about that before they even ask you like, how are you doing? How are the kids? They'll be like, that was the funniest thing. So it's just a way, again, to create conversation online and in person when you see people. They're like, I love margaritas too. We should get a margarita together. And then when do you think business happens? When you're drinking margaritas, you know what I mean? So this is a gateway to get those appointments. And so that's why I want you excited to post. This is your gateway to those.
Tess, can I ask a question? So I have done polls in that before, and I never get a response.
You need more blood. You need more people on your profile.
Okay, so just doing my stories, etc., get people to follow more about myself, and then I should start seeing that outcome.
Yeah, so what is your profile? What is your thing? Did I already follow you?
It was Mom Life 510.
So let's see here. Yeah, more followers.
Okay.
Will help with that.
Okay, thank you.
So are you tagging like everything Mom Life, I'm sure?
No, actually, yes, actually.
Okay.
Mom Life, Mom Truths.
That just came up when I was searching for you, and it was like a ton of people have hashtag that, so I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Anybody else have any questions about this? Awards and recognitions. I am a proud member of the Danville Area Chamber of Commerce. Post that. Like, I am a proud member of Powerhouse Polka Dot. What networking groups are you a part of? or I am a proud member of, you know, the PTA, or whatever you're doing for your community, you need to leverage that. Again, brag about yourself, like you're cool, like your things that you do that are old school, it's coming back around. People think you're cool. That's how you become an influencer, a center of influence, an influencer, and people will know, like, and trust you and buy your stuff, and they actually feel indebted to you when you inspire them. They're like, how can I help this person? She inspires me so much. And they will want to refer you or use you directly. Do you guys agree or disagree? Do you guys agree with that? Yeah. Networking and communities, I talked about that. Products and services you offer, sprinkle that in every now and then, you know. Definitely say, you know, with a fun jazzy twist, or one of my favorite things is like the GIFs. So if you click on, again, that smiley face with the like little sticky note smiley face, and then go to the GIF section, type in dance or anything, you can get like a girl, like there's this one of this girl going like this, and put that on like your products and services and be like, who wants it? And it's like, be kooky, be silly, because that's what's going to get people to smile and remember you. You guys are forever going to be thinking of me going like this. Monthly theme, that's if you wanted to be like, this month we're focusing on drinking water. You know, I'm going to be reminding you every single day to drink water. Or this month I'm focusing on, there's so many different things. Endurance, you know, I'm not going to give up when I want to. And I'm going to be posting ways that I'm not giving up even when I want to. And I'm going to be talking about endurance all month long. So post your theme. Let people know. Let me check the chat real quick. Faith says she agrees. I mean, Katie says she agrees. Oh, and then a call to action. Anybody, you know, I see this all the time with hairdressers, you know, 3 appointments available on this date. Let me know if you want one. Or who wants this picture for $20? You know, call me right now. I only have 2, even if you have like 20, you know, and so you can sprinkle in calls to action. I'm going to go over that later. Okay, so the key to growth, mom life, this kind of applies to you because you just mentioned it, but ongoing, you have to follow new people every month, or this is more like on Facebook, or just be adding people. So yes, there's that whole ratio thing where you want to be following less people than follow you, but try to not get too attached to that, and really just try to add new accounts every month. You can do this by liking, commenting on other people's posts. Oh, and being consistent. So, wow, it's exactly 6:30. Does anybody have anything that they want to ask before I go to the next thing? So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit. Don't let the training stop here. I have an Inner Circle community. A lot of you guys are in and actually attending tonight for free because you're in my Inner Circle community. If you're not in my Inner Circle community, it's like having me in your pocket 24/7, and I'm like your chief cheerleader, like, go, go, go. Some of the members can maybe attest to that, but I just like helping you and giving you ideas and doing more trainings like this. So we actually do a group training every week and provide you with other trainings and resources. It's only $39 a month, and it's month to month. So a super good, super easy way to keep this going, and not just like, that was a great class, and then not signing into your Instagram for a month. That is not acceptable. You have to work at it every single day, and I believe in you, and I know that you can do it and grow stronger. It's like that working out. Right, you have to work out, you have to save for your 401k, and you have to post to your Instagram. So next month in March, we're going to be talking about how to do video and how to do Instagram video and Facebook video. So you definitely, that's the first Tuesday in March at 5:30. Again, it's $20 unless you're in the Inner Circle, then it's free. Never knew how to search GIFs. Okay, yes, GIFs are amazing. Yay, Melanie. All right. So yeah, the GIFs are super fun. I want you guys to ask me questions now. I can stay on for a couple more minutes, or private message me, or text, email me or whatever. I'm here to help you and keep you moving forward. And I hope that you enjoyed this class. It went by so quick. So I'll stay on for a couple minutes in case anybody wants to chat or have any questions. You're such a little rainmaker. Thanks, Darlene. Love you, Tess. I'll ask you on Thursday. Yay! Katarina Rando says thanks. Yay! All right, you guys. Super excited. Thanks for putting up with Oakley. Thank you, Carol. So, thank you. So I'm excited for all y'all. Can't wait to see what you post, and we'll try to get you guys all on my Instagram. I'm going to find an Instagram dummies book, then I'll. Yay. Cool. Yay, yay. All right, I'm going to go back up to the top and make sure I get all of the accounts to follow. So I'm just going to be working here, but feel free to sign off or whatever you need to do tonight. Two new messages. Yay! I'm so glad you liked it. All right, I'm going to sign off.